Hi, it's Monday morning and I just finished getting my ultrasound for, this area. So I'm glad that's over with. The tech wasn't able to tell me anything. They are not allowed to tell you anything. Whether the results are good or bad, they're not allowed to say anything. They have to send the results to a radiologist to look at, and then the radiologist will let me know what's up. But as soon as they do, they'll put the information in my online portal in my chart, so I'll know pretty much right away as soon as they've reviewed it. And like I said, I'm 99.5. I was saying 99.9% sure, but now I'm down to 99.5, but that's still really good. 99.5% sure that it's nothing, that I just had some, swollen lymph nodes, like due to allergies, like not bad lymph nodes, but like normal, because your lymph nodes will swell up with colds and allergies and things like that. So anyway, that's done. So now I'm just going to go back to work. And I don't feel like I'll be on tenterhooks waiting for the results to post. Yeah, I don't think I will. I think I'm going to be okay. Keep me in prayer, though, if you're a praying person, even though by the time you watch this, it will be over. But prayers can be retroactive. Did you know that? So anyway, pray for me. But no, I think I'm going to be fine, both with the results and in my mind. I'm claiming that. I'm fine. I am fine mentally and physically in Jesus' name. I am just home from dinner with my mom and my sister and my mom's friend, my sister's friend. It was a really nice dinner. Mom and her friend were talking about their trip they took recently to Pennsylvania. And this is what I had. I had a cheeseless pizza. They didn't come any smaller, if you're wondering. So I have the leftovers that I am now going to package up, so I'll be able to have this, for another 2 meals. So I got my aluminum foil ready here and package this up. It was a really nice time, and I am very glad I went. And Mom and her friend are hilarious together. So yeah, it was a fun evening. Hi. I was about to say it's Tuesday evening, but it is not. It is Wednesday evening. I had the day off today, took Mom to an appointment. She's fine. Everything went well. I also got the call today from my primary care doctor after getting the ultrasound on Monday. And they said, they just said yes, there's a lump, but they said it looks benign, not a problem. They did say to keep an eye on it. If it gets tender again, if it grows, if I start developing any kind of symptoms, let them know. But otherwise, it's fine. I will admit it made me a little bit nervous that they said to keep an eye on it. But then another friend of mine told me, I mean, they kind of have to say that. Like, so it's fine. And I'm glad, that's basically mostly over. Yeah. I mean, there's still a little, like I said, they could tell there was a little lump there. But again, it's not tender anymore. Yeah, so it's fine. Yay for that. I realized I bought a new chocolate bar. Y'all know how much I love chocolate, right? So I bought a new chocolate bar to try this weekend when I went grocery shopping, and for whatever reason, I didn't film when I tried it for the first time. Missed opportunity. But it was this. It's an Alter Eco truffle thin chocolate bar. So it's dark chocolate, and it's got a little white mint thing in the middle. It is so good, y'all. I am totally gonna buy more of these in the future. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I might be in the mood for my Lindt Intense Orange, and sometimes I'll be in the mood for the, give me a minute, Ferrero Rocher dark chocolate bar, and other times, so I think this is going to join the list of my staple chocolate bars. Very yummy. Yay. It is expensive. So I think this was $4.50. So it's expensive, but it was delicious. And apparently it restores forests. So there's that. Just threw chocolate at myself. So there's that. It restores forests and it tastes good. So, I'm all for that. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to update you on the ultrasound and tell you about my chocolate. And now it is time for me to practice piano and start getting ready for bed. Okay, so I've decided I want to make apple brown Betty. The problem is, So apple brown betty is a dessert my mom used to make all the time when we were growing up, and I love it. It's so good. It's sort of like an apple cobbler, kind of. But anyway, I asked mom for the recipe, and what I got is very vague. Like it has things like crumble several slices of white bread. Okay. Peel, core, and slice some apples. Okay. It doesn't have any like measurements, like so I want to try to make it, but I'm gonna be sort of, I don't know. So I thought maybe what I would do, one of the things I can do is look up brown betty on Google, which I did, and I found a few apple brown betty recipes, but none of them are my mom's recipe. So I'm gonna have to sort of use a combination of those recipes and guessing to try to make brown betty. So this should be very interesting, but I'm gonna try to put some stuff on my shopping list for this weekend. I'm gonna buy a bunch of apples and buy some white bread. And I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. So yeah, be prepared. I'm gonna film it, you know, when I'm trying to make it, and we will have to see how we do. As I'm making it, I will be writing down what I'm doing. So if it doesn't turn out, I'll know, right? Like, oh, okay, I used too much sugar or too little sugar, or I need whatever. I don't know. I got to write it all down and try to figure it out. But I don't know, y'all. Wish me luck, because this is going to be interesting. Do you ever do stuff you know is dumb, but you can't stop yourself from doing it? I'll give you an example. I ordered San Pellegrino from Amazon using Subscribe and Save, and as you can see, I'm almost out. This will not last me the week because I drink one a day. So I went to the grocery store and I bought more San Pellegrino. Now the thing that's dumb is that even though I know these are inanimate objects and don't have feelings, I am taking the ones that I already had out of the box, and then I am putting in the new ones that I bought into the box, because the ones that I already bought before and have been sitting in the box expected to be drunk next. So it would hurt their feelings if I put these new bottles on top and drank them first. Do I know this is ridiculous? Yes. Am I aware these are bottles of mineral water and that they don't have feelings? Yes, I'm aware. Does that stop me from taking the old ones out so that I can use the old ones before the new ones? No, it does not. Hello, hello. It's Saturday afternoon and I'm about to recurl some of my twists. Well, really all of them. So they're equal. So some of them, like, they're not super curled at the bottom. And a couple of them are seem to be loosening up a little bit, like this one. So I'm actually gonna like twist them a little bit more, then put the curlers on, and then when I set the curls with hot water, that's what you do, then it'll be nice and very curly. So this is what it looks like right now. And when I finish with the curlers in the boiling hot water, that's the trick. The reason they're not as curly is because when I go to the salon, they don't have a kettle. Like, they just heat the water in a microwave and it can't get hot enough. I think that's my theory, to really, really, really curl it. So I'm gonna do that now at home. So I'm gonna take some time, put these curlers in, and then we'll boil some water. And I have to be very careful when I dip so I don't burn myself. But first, the curlers. There we have our hot water. Now I just need to I have to dip the curls and the curlers in the hot water without burning myself. So, and then, you know, when I lift it out, it'll be dripping with hot water, which is why I have the towels handy. So yeah, we're gonna try. That was my finger, sorry. We're gonna try to do this. I will let you know when I'm done. Prayerfully, there will be no burns. This is very tricky, but it must be done for beauty. The things we women do, ridiculous. Okay, time for the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and take one of these off and see how it looks. Ta-da! Nice and curly, bouncy. I think that will do nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and take all of them off and we'll see how we look. Ta-da! All done. So there you have it. All of my curls are now way curlier. I think the ones that were like loose are better also. A bit. That one's still a bit not great, but they're all right. They're okay. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy how it turned out. They'll likely fall a little bit, partially because I keep pulling them like this, but also just, I'll sleep on them and stuff. So they'll, they won't stay this curly, but I do like that. So I am pleased. I still need to wear my towel because they are actually still damp. But by the time I go to bed tonight, it should be dry enough. So yay, got that done. Now I think I can just relax for the rest of the evening. Hi, it's Saturday, early afternoon. I just got home from church a little while ago. I'm about to change clothes because, want to eat lunch, and Mom and I are going to make apple brown Betty together. So I don't want to be wearing my good clothes for that. But before I do, I just want to show you this dress. Ta-da! Isn't it pretty? And it actually belonged to my grandmother. How cool is that? So yeah, I really like it. And, I get to wear it every now and again. I'm really glad it fits me. It's a connection with my Nana, which is super cool. I got a compliment about it at church today. The lady wanted to know where I got it. And I was like, my grandmother, sorry. Anyway, yeah, I got to change for lunch and to make apple brown Betty. Yum, yum. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
What you doing?
Crumbling up bread.
All right, so we are crumbling up bread, not as crumbs, bigger pieces than that, and we will be kind of toasting them, getting them all nice and buttery toasty in this pan, and that bread will be basically it's kind of like a cobbler, sort of, but instead of using like cobbler topping, you use this bread topping that has been toasted with the butter. So we are going to be preparing a whole bunch of breadcrumbs, and then our crumble will be ready. Then it'll be time to prep the apples. Show it. All right, so we have a bunch of the bread all kind of crumbed up. So now I'm going to put half approximately of it in the pan and get that nicely buttered and toasted. And then we will do the other half with a second batch. So this will soak up all the butter we've got in there now and get all toasty. And then we'll do batch number 2, and that will hopefully be enough breadcrumbs. Also because this is the last of my butter. So, alrighty. So Mom is going to continue taking care of the bread, which is toasting. We did have to use my fake butter to bolster the real butter. Because I didn't have enough butter in the house for for what was needed. I only had 1 stick, and Mom said we likely would have needed at least 2 sticks. So we used half a stick of real butter, and then I used several spoonfuls of my Earth Balance. So normally, if you were making this, go with the real butter. Make sure you've got plenty of real butter. You can see here in the pan how buttery this bread is. That's what you want. So at least 2 sticks. Maybe 3, I don't know, but yeah, you're gonna need a lot of butter. Anyway, while Mom is doing that, I am going to start peeling our apples. Okay, so here we have 4 of our 6 apples that I have peeled and sliced. Mom helped. And we want our slices about like this. Not too thick, not too thin. Too thin and it'll get mushy, too thick and the cooking time will increase. But we're at 4, so now we're gonna pause and we're gonna see with the bread that we have toasted and the apples that we have done, we're gonna see how this fills the pan to determine how much of everything else we need. All right, so before we put this in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and cover it with aluminum foil. What we're gonna do, we're gonna bake it, we were thinking around 30 minutes covered. Oven is preheated to 400, so we'll do it about 30 minutes covered, and then at the 30-minute mark, we'll come and take off the aluminum foil and let the top brown a little bit, and then hopefully we will have a really delicious brown Betty. We'll have to see what happens. Here it is. It smells awesome.
It does.
It looks good. Mom and I are about to break into this thing and taste it.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, just a little bit of a serving for each of us here. We're gonna let Mom do the honors, I think. Why don't you have a nice taste?
Okay.
Probably have to blow on it first. So that is straight
Yes.
out the oven.
Here's to my mommy.
Yeah, Nana's
Her
recipe.
birthday is October 4th.
Okay, birthday coming up. Did we do good? Yeah, we did good. It turned out awesome. I am about to try mine too. I'm very much looking forward to it. But I think that was successful. So I will update the recipe you gave me with a little bit more detail. But yeah, I think we can totally make this in the future. I'm happy. Yes. One extra note. You may remember that we ended up using a bunch of fake butter because I only had one stick of butter in the house. It's actually fine. So it probably matters what fake butter you use. So I will tell you, I used Earth Balance fake butter. I think it was standard Earth Balance. I'll put a picture so you can see, yeah, original Earth Balance. I'll put a picture here so you can see what I used because that is confirmed to work just fine in the Brown Betty if you want an alternative to real butter, which I think when I make this in the future, I'll just use Earth Balance now that we know, because honestly, most of the bread was done in Earth Balance and not butter. So that just goes to show that works fine. So I can't guarantee it will work well with every fake butter, but I can guarantee Earth Balance. So just a little note about that. Chat pack time. We got a special treat this week. Got Mom with me. So we are both going to answer the question.
Oh, we are.
We are.
Oh, she didn't tell me that.
Why don't you pick one, Mom?
All right.
You can do the honors.
Prayerfully, it won't be about farm animals.
You're
See,
so
I watch
funny.
her videos.
All right, what do we get?
I don't have my glasses
Oh,
on.
okay, here we go. If you could, it might as well be about farm. If you could enter a racehorse in the Kentucky Derby, what would you name your horse?
Can we do another question?
Yes, we can do another question. We don't care. Okay. Pick another one.
Oh, dear.
Okay. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh.
Oh. All right, biggest pet peeve. Mine happens sometimes at work. I know. But it's like when people reply to an email and ask a question that was answered in the email that they replied to. I hate that so much. It's like, look, I know you get a lot of emails. I know you're really busy, but literally, it's right there. Just read it and you would have the answer to your question. I cannot. That's a pet peeve. That's a big one.
Oh, let's see.
How about you?
Well, as my family knows, I really dislike it when people call me by my first name if they don't know me.
That is very true. Mom is quite old-fashioned that way. She is Ms. Parrish.
That's right.
That is
Unless
all you
I
need
give
to know.
them permission to call me by my first name.
Right. You don't even need to know her first name.
That's right.
She is Miss Parrish. You're so funny when people, what's your name? Miss Parrish.
I don't say it that way. I said Miss Parrish.
Bye. Well, it's Saturday afternoon. Mom just went home. Just packaged up the rest of that Brown Betty. Mom took a little over half. I wanted her to have a little more than half because while it was very, very, very delicious, it actually had a bit too much of the butter or fake butter in it for me. It's a little bit on the greasy side for me. I am very much, if you know the nursery rhyme, Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean. I'm Jack Sprat. I have a really hard time with like oily things, fatty things. So I think if I was making the Brown Betty just for me, I actually wouldn't fully soak the bread in the butter the way we did, even though that is the original recipe, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be. It's a little bit on the heavy side for me, so I let Mom have more than half of it. I still took half. I'll probably end up having to like blot it a little bit, honestly, for myself. But gosh, it was still, it was so good. So I'm glad that we did that together, because there were definitely things that I was planning to do that Mom was like, no, that's not how you do it. And so, it was good that she was able to talk me through making it the way Nana used to make it. And the way Nana used to make it is delicious. So there you have it. Now, for the rest of the day, I'm going to sit and relax, hang out with little Mr. Snidely. I know he's usually right here, but because I've been out in the living room and the kitchen, he's basically been following me around. He's been where I have been, so he's not settled yet. He will come soon and settle here once I've kind of settled down. He's actually in the room. He did follow me in here, but he's over there. So, but yeah, now I'm just ready to relax. I'm having a good weekend. I had a good mental and physical weekend. The anxiety, right? I didn't have too much anxiety, which is nice. And then sometimes like I won't think I'm anxious about anything, but like my body reacts in an anxious way. That actually happened to me one day this week. Like I had a rough morning at work one time because I didn't feel well. And it was the type of not feeling well that I have when I'm anxious. But I was like, I don't think I'm anxious about it. It was weird. I don't know. So sometimes my body will do that to me, but this weekend it has not, and I've been very glad about that. So I've had a very nice, relaxing, busy but relaxing weekend. So yesterday I went grocery shopping, ran a couple of errands, including grocery shopping, and then I hung out at my mom and sister's for a bit. First with just my mom, and then my sister got home and hung out with her as well. And then I came home, and yeah, that was when I did I made cookies, which I don't remember if I told you, but I did. I made cookies because I had run out of my magical cookies, and I took care of this. I had made chicken legs in the crock pot, so at one point, of course, I had to package that all up and put the chicken legs in the freezer. So it was a busy day. I kind of didn't settle down until late in the afternoon yesterday. And then today, church, lunch with Mom, Brown Betty with Mom, and now I'm just settling down. So, but very nice. This coming week should be a pretty normal work week. I do have a couple of doctor's appointments, like regular doctor's appointments, this week. Two. Yeah, that's correct. Sorry. I have one appointment on Wednesday and another appointment on Thursday, but they're just, like I said, your regular check-ins that you have to get on like a yearly or by twice a year basis, whatever, those type of doctor appointments. Nothing to worry about. So I have 2 of those this week. And I think I have one more next week, because, fall is a pretty good time for those types of appointments, I guess. So we're just going to go ahead and get all those out the way. And then I believe little Mr. Snidely has his regular check-in at the end of October. So he needs to go and get one of his vaccines. I don't think it's called a vaccine for an animal, is it? Anyway, whatever. That's what I got planned. But this week, regular work and the 2 doctor's appointments. So I think that's all I have to say. I have rambled long enough. Let me pray us out. So, Lord, I thank you that I've had a wonderful weekend, that I had so much time with my mom and my sister. We enjoyed one another's company and everything. The Brown Betty turned out good. Thankful for that too. Thank you for an excellent church service, and for the time that I've had to just relax this weekend. I pray for everyone watching this, that everything is going well for them, that they feel your presence in their life. If they don't know you, I pray that they will come to know you. I pray that they will come to know how much you love them and how much you're always with them. And just whatever it is that they're dealing with in their life, Lord, I pray that you would help resolve that you would comfort them, heal them, deliver them, whatever it is they need. And as we look into this coming week, I pray that it will go well for us, it will be healthy, and just that you would reveal yourself to us in new ways, in wonderful ways. Yeah, I think that does it. I think that's good. So thank you, Lord, for all that you have done, are doing, and will do for us. In Jesus' name, amen. And I'll end it as I always do with number 6, 24 through 26. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Bye.